I traveled to the world's lowest versus highest life expectancy.
If you're born in this country here, you're expected to live to around 90 years old.
90? 90 is crazy. What's the average life expectancy just for like the United States? I think it's like in the 70s, right? Yeah, it's like late 70s. Dang, having almost 12 years longer than one of the richest countries in the world is crazy.
But if you're born here, that number's only 55 years old.
3 weeks. It's got to be some mid-African country, I would imagine, like Somalia or Nigeria. Probably not Kenya, Sierra Leone, one of those.
I was on the train with my mate. As the train pulled up to the next stop, I noticed an old couple sit opposite us. My mate then asked, what country has the highest life expectancy? Not knowing the answer, and
this is unrelated, but old couples are either like the sweetest, cutest, most fun people ever, or the absolute underbelly of society people you've ever met. There's no in between. You either absolutely love old people because they're the best, or you can't stand an old couple because they're the worst. Something about being old makes you one of these two extremes, where as life goes on, you like pick the light side or the dark side and either become insufferable or become like the best person anyone's ever met.
Intrigued, I searched it up. Monaco, a small country in southern Europe where the average life expectancy is a whopping 90 years old.
Yeah, they've got like, what, 50 people live there? What is the population of Monaco? 40,000 people. Yeah, you probably live in a city that is bigger than that. Their gross domestic product is $10 billion. It's crazy that they have a GDP that's smaller than like most of the Fortune 500 companies in the United States.
That night driving home, I couldn't stop thinking about this fact. People in that country living that long. And then it hit me. What is the complete opposite? Nigeria. With an average life.
That kind of makes sense. When you have a country that is that low income, also has that level of like corruption with very high crime rates, and also disease tends to run pretty rampant there too due to low access to healthcare, it's not surprising that it's Nigeria.
Life expectancy of only 55 years old. That is a 35-year difference.
That's crazy. That's like bordering on half. People in Nigeria are on average expected to live to be half the age of people in Monaco. Wild.
35 years for simply being born there rather than there.
That's crazy. They're not even that far apart. That's what, an 8-hour flight? I understand the world's really big and this is not to scale, but those seem really close to each other for how wildly different they are.
How is that possible?
I was so shocked by these statistics that I decided to make this video and travel to both these countries to find out why.
I'm gonna guess that due to how rich Monaco is, like all the rich people converge there, and then they've got really good healthcare and really like healthy food because they can afford all this good stuff, and so that's what makes it. And then Nigeria obviously essentially has the opposite problem.
Well, here we are. We're in Monaco.
Monaco is like nowhere else on the planet. 1 in 3 people are millionaires here. Supercars are everywhere.
Ferrari, Lamborghini right there.
It's just a complete rich person's paradise.
Do you think they're like a tax haven? I don't think I know anything about Monaco. Yes, Monaco is considered a tax haven because it does not impose personal income tax on its residents. The principality's favorite tax policy also include the abstinence of capital gains tax and wealth tax. This has made it an attractive location for wealthy individuals and corporations seeking to reduce their tax liabilities. I mean, go figure. All the rich people are converging in a place where the government's like, we're not even gonna touch your money. You just come here and spend all of it and you will be happy. Obviously, they're all just gonna like go there so that they don't have to pay for anything.
And checking into our hotel that night, we had a problem.
God, I don't know what we're gonna do. We're headed to Monaco, but the Airbnb guy ain't replying to me, even though it says 24-hour check. We're headed to Monaco,
Bro is
but
spamming
the
him.
Airbnb guy.
Look at this. My flight was late. We're outside. Hello, I couldn't be a submission because where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Can you let me in? Can you let me in? Can you let me in? Like, hey, I paid you however many thousands for this room. Please let me in.
He ain't replying to me, even though it says 24-hour check-in. Oh, so now I don't know what to do.
We had to find a last-minute hotel for the night, and the only one available.
Thank you very much. This room costed €1,500.
That's crazy. $2,000 for what is a very average hotel room?
This screw-up is just an example of how expensive Monaco is. And that next morning, after requesting a refund from the place last night, I got a lovely call from the owner.
You f***ing moron! Go f*** yourself for your f***ing 900 miserable euros!
So firstly, I don't appreciate the constant swearing. I'd also like to make it aware, let me speak, that on your booking.com description, it states check-in from midnight all the way to midnight, which means 24-hour check-in.
If I will see you, man, I will give you the fucking kick in your balls. You fucking English bastard.
Also, look how long this phone conversation goes on
I
for.
will give you the fucking kick
Look at
in
this.
your balls. You
7 minutes, almost 8 minutes. Essentially, we'll round up 10 minutes of her just swearing at him because I assume he reported her to Airbnb and she got her ratings knocked or something like that.
fucking English bastard.
So yeah, that happened. But anyway,
The people here seem lovely, frankly.
I was here for a reason. Why is Monaco's life expectancy so high?
Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. Nice meeting you. Nice to meet you, man. Joe. Nice to meet you,
Alex.
To help me answer this was Dr. Frazer and Professor Gilles Dreyfus, a leading heart surgeon in Monaco.
In your professional opinion, why do you think Monaco has the highest life expectancy?
Of course, people here have money.
In Monaco, the highest concentration of millionaires and billionaires in the world.
Yeah.
These people, most of the people living here, don't care about costs or whatever. They're not concerned by that.
The main thing it boils down to is money.
In the hospital, the pay is about 30% or 40% above what it is in France or in Italy.
Yeah.
So if you're a well-qualified doctor and want to earn more money, you move to Monaco.
It's a good system because there are lots of physicians. In the ratio of patients to physicians, it's very high.
It's actually the second highest in the
Oh
world.
my gosh.
with
That's, I mean, first of all, it's crazy that there are 89, almost 90 doctors per 10,000 people. That is so many doctors. I think the most surprising thing is that Cuba is above that. I would not have guessed. You could give me 100 guesses. I don't think I would have guessed Cuba has the most doctors per capita.
89 doctors per 10,000 residents, which compared to Nigeria only has 4 doctors per.
That's so low. Botswana, Laos, and Yemen have even lower. What country is the lowest? Niger has 0.38 doctors per 10,000. That's crazy. If you look at it, basically all of Africa has really, really low rates, and then a lot of Southern Asia does as well. The United States is pretty good, but some of these places like Portugal is super high, Greece is crazy high, and then Cuba has almost 100 per 10,000.
10,000.
It is an absolute ghost town.
And these statistics definitely showed. I walked around the public hospital and it was so quiet. The only people I bumped into were nurses or doctors working there.
We went to the hospital today and it was so quiet.
Yeah.
It was like a ghost town.
The hospital is
Are you allowed to do that? Can you just walk into a hospital and then walk around filming? Do you think they got permission? There's no way they let them do that, right?
quite big compared to the population here.
I mean, I can get a CT scan within 2 days, even 24 hours.
Compared to another country, how long would that take to get?
Well, there are places it takes 3 months.
Wow.
You can
I
get
think that's a big criticism of Canada's healthcare is it's like 4 to 6 months to get a CT scan. But I guess if you have that much money and that many doctors, then it makes sense that you wouldn't have an issue.
medical assistance instantly here. And after speaking to this resident who lives in Monaco, it put into perspective truly how fast.
I've had an emergency, we had to call the ambulance.
Yeah.
They were outside mine in Monaco in less than 5 minutes. I got taken into care. Overall, I think it took about half an hour from the time that I called for me to get taken into care.
For the care that you needed.
Yeah. So
That's mental.
Yeah.
So the first factor for Monaco's extreme life expectancy, the best healthcare in the world. Factor number 2, stress.
How long have you lived here for?
15 years.
And what's life like in Monaco?
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
There is no stress, there is no anxiety.
If you have the money,
Well, of course, there's no stress and anxiety. If you're so stinking rich that you moved all of your assets to Monaco so you don't have to pay taxes and you just live out your life there till you die, then obviously you're not going to have that much stress. All of the things that are stresses in your life are literally solved by money. I know Casey Neistat said in one of his YouTube videos that money doesn't make you happy, but money would solve all of the problems that are currently making me not happy. And that makes sense. So when you look at a country like this where everyone is old and rich and just living out their days in paradise until they pass away, of course there's low stress.
you can live the most stress-free life ever.
Wendy, what do you do for a living?
Nothing.
Well, I go
They don't work.
to lunch and parties mostly.
The weather is great,
Yeah.
good food, good wine, nice people.
Ultra-million billionaires come here to retire and they have absolutely nothing to worry about.
Very safe, very clean, beautiful life. What's not to love?
Chronic stress is one of the biggest killers there is.
It increases anxiety, depression.
It increases your blood pressure, your heart rate, things like that.
So lack of stress, well, it makes people live longer. And the final point is just a general healthy lifestyle.
A lot of wealthy guys here, a bit old. They want to be still fit and young
Yeah.
to get out with young girls.
Why did you move to Monaco?
Beautiful woman.
Beautiful woman, fair enough.
And so They look after their health, they train, they be careful about what they eat.
There's got to be a huge sugar daddy industry in Monaco, right? Anywhere you have a gathering of old retired people who are super rich, you've got to also have a gathering of people that are willing to sell services to that.
Being rich and having loads of freedom, it means you can focus on your health and fitness more. And with all the beautiful women, there's even more incentive. And while there are other minute points, I feel like these are the big three. Monaco is like nowhere else on the planet. And the people here, well, they have it good. But now we're flipping the switch. Nigeria, a completely different world, which was only 6 hours away on a flight, where the average life is 35 years less.
That's wild that such stark polar opposites can be literally just a plane ride, like an easy, probably $200 plane ride away. That's absolutely crazy. You go from the absolute best at something to the absolute worst at something in such a short amount of time.
35 Bravo. Welcome to Nigeria. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello, man. My name is PJ. I just met my man here. We just right now in Lagos Airport.
Yeah.
Have a good time, man.
Thank you very much, PJ. Have a good one, yeah?
Lagos, the capital city of Nigeria.
You good?
You resemble Palmer.
Cole Palmer. Good to meet you, man.
What country you from?
England.
England.
Yeah, man.
I understand it's a much poorer country that has like life expectancy issues, but one, the people there seem super nice, and also the culture just seems so fun. All of the colors that people are wearing are vibrant. Everything's just out and open, and people are just living their lives. It's just so different from like the life I experience here every day.
Yeah, man.
Nice to meet you, Tom.
Nigeria welcomed me with open arms.
Look at that. A live fish, man. You want me to hold it? Oh, God.
No, not you. Just hold on like this.
The people were lovely. The atmosphere was great. This was Nigeria.
Your hair is amazing. I love your hair.
But the way some of these people live just broke me. This is one of the many water slums in Nigeria. It has a population of 200,000 people. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Look how black the water is. It's not brown, it's not dirty, it is literally black.
Inside the houses, there's no electricity, there's no sewage system.
What about when you want to go to the toilet? Where do you go?
Go to toilet. This is
Gotta just be a hole in the ground, right?
So you just poo into the water?
Yeah, just feed into the water.
This unhygienic...
And there are people that are just walking around in that water. You can see why disease spreads so rampantly is everybody's in and around super unhygienic water, which breeds bacteria. Then you've also got like the issue of mosquitoes breeding in the water, which leads to malaria and all sorts of other insect-borne illnesses.
way of living causes many diseases.
Are there many diseases around here which are big around here?
The most sickness we have here is malaria.
Malaria is a deadly disease carried by mosquitoes.
We have a lot of mosquito right now.
Does it get bad?
Yeah.
Do you have any friends who have suffered from malaria?
Yes.
And it's not just in the water slums.
You have malaria.
She has malaria at the moment.
You have malaria right now?
Malaria takes the life of 457 people in Nigeria a day, compared to Monaco, which has never had a death from malaria. And there's so many more diseases. 443 children under 5 die a day from pneumonia. 0 cases in Monaco. 415 deaths a day from diarrheal disease. 0 in Monaco. 195 deaths a day from tuberculosis. And you guessed it, 0 in Monaco.
We are on the way. We're meeting a family who lives here in Lagos. Just going to speak to them, get to know their living situation. Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Asha Faris.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
And these are your kids?
Yes.
How are you? Hello.
And maybe I'm just exposing my ignorance here, but do you think they've ever seen a white person before? Like they're awfully young and then they're in the slums of Nigeria. So it seems like you wouldn't get that many foreigners going into that area. So, or maybe just the kids. Maybe the kids have never seen a white person before. I don't know if you've ever seen those videos of like a white person walking around in deep African countries and all of the kids run away because they think the white person is a ghost.
He's the smiley one.
Nasha kindly showed me into her home, which she shares with her 3 children.
Is that Real Madrid? You're like Cristiano Ronaldo? Ronaldo, yes. What is life like living here in Nigeria?
It's not easy, but we are just managed it.
What is the healthcare system like in Nigeria?
A man lost hospital to bá rẹwà, but they know they attend. Wọ́n attend to wa taba ti lówó lọ́wọ́ máa san hospital.
Healthcare in Nigeria is not free, and when over 56% of the population lives below the poverty line, it means there's a vast amount of people who can't afford the help they need, which is a big factor to all of these disease-related deaths.
Has anyone you know had an issue with malaria?
Ọmọ mi gan gbogbo wa, àmọ́ ẹlòmíràn ládùúgbò ọ̀n ti tán ní owó wọ́n fi lọ tọ́jú ara wọn.
But luckily the kids were okay. So if you...
I born one before, she died.
No, she lost one.
I'm really sorry to hear about that.
Statistics are one thing, but when you hear it in person, it's hard.
Malaria and typhoid.
I'm really sorry to hear about that.
Thank you, sir.
I'm really sorry.
Thank you, sir.
Wait.
Children under 5 account for most disease-related deaths in Nigeria due to not yet fully developed immune systems, malnutrition, and the limited access to healthcare. 1 in every 9 children born in Nigeria dies from a disease-related death. And
1 in every 9? 11% of children die? I know in some places during the Middle Ages, like they wouldn't even bother naming kids until they reached a certain age because the mortality rate was so high. It's interesting seeing a place that's so different from like the world I know. Like I don't know a single person who has had a child die due to disease at a young age. It just doesn't really happen here very much. But then you go somewhere like Nigeria and it's just a whole different world for those people. Probably every one of them knows someone whose child has died, and that's just like a part of life.
So many dying that young brings the life expectancy average down.
850,000 people since 2019 died under the age of 5, compared to 3,000 in the UK. It's the population of Nigeria, 232 million. So it's like not that much smaller than the United States, about 2/3 the size.
Massively.
Fuck this, man. We've arrived at the General Hospital.
This is the largest hospital in Nigeria. Walking in, it was definitely a lot busier than Monaco's.
How you doing? I'm Joe. Nice to meet you.
I met up with the doctor who works here.
Dr. Bamidele Bengas.
Nigeria has the lowest life expectancy in the world. Why do you think that is?
Now, the doctor explained pretty much all the points we've mentioned today. Tons of diseases, lack of money, poor healthcare. But there was one extra point he made, which I did not expect.
And a lot of people, they don't even believe going to hospitals. They believe that when they have problems like that, they can actually fast, pray and fast, and with that
and they'll be fine. That's what they think.
Yeah, that's what they think.
But to some extent, that kind of makes sense because, like, if you have nothing else in your life, you don't have money, you don't have healthcare, you don't really have a house, you don't have adequate clothing or nutrition, then it makes sense that the only thing you feel like you have going for you is a deity that loves you. So on the one hand, you can say, they shouldn't be praying, they should go to a hospital and get treated. But on the other hand, if you don't have money or access to a hospital, maybe prayer is all that you have, and the only thing you can do is comfort yourself through times like that and hope you get better. But in many instances, like we saw with the kids, then you just won't. So all you have to get you through these hard times is this belief.
For Jesus!
How old are you?
90 years.
What is your secret to living such a long life?
My body's strong. My body's strong. I dey go. Now only God now they look at me.
So God. God. Yeah. This lady is 100 years old. So what's the key to living a long life?
She didn't do anything. She's living long because of God.
Religion is...
I believe that she's awfully old, but do you think she's actually 100? It doesn't seem like they're living in an area that would have like meticulous birth certificate records, and certainly not 80 years ago. Like, I believe she's old, but in 1925, do you think Nigeria had the infrastructure to like track people's births? My guess is that she is old, and she's older than everyone around her. Every one of her peers has passed away, and so they're just like, she's 100. She's definitely old. I would be surprised if she's 100.
She didn't do anything. She's living long because of God.
Religion is so strong here, Christianity being the main one in Nigeria, and there are many people whose beliefs are so strong that they feel they don't need medicine and that God will make them better.
Some Christians, they still believe in the miracle. They follow Bible, and they believe what happened in the Bible can still happen now.
Do you think that that's dangerous?
that people believe this?
Yes, it's dangerous. A lot of them believe that most of the illness is being caused by evil people, the evil spirits. They believe that when they pray, they can cast away this evil, they'll be healed.
That seems to be more a lack of education than anything else, because kind of everyone in human history has believed that at one point before they gained knowledge of like viruses and bacteria and cleanliness and hygiene and squalor and so on.
God is not a factor to a low life expectancy, but denying medicine because your beliefs are that strong, well, that could be. To summarise, Monaco and Nigeria are two completely different worlds, and the difference in life expectancy comes down to all these different reasons added up. We live in a world which is completely unfair, but some of the people who have it the hardest were some of the nicest people I'd ever met.
Also, you notice that in Nigeria, they basically immediately welcomed into his home and answered all of his questions and found like people to translate so that he could talk with everyone in a certain area. Whereas in Monaco, I would be surprised if a single one of them would be like, yeah, let me take you up to my apartment and feed you a meal. But here it's all about the hospitality, which is fascinating. That was I Traveled to the World's Lowest and Highest Life Expectancy by Joe Frazer. Good video. Thanks for watching.